What up, Dokkaners? The 7-year anniversary part 2 banner is set to drop in 2 days. And why am I telling you that? Because I don't want you to think about this, folks. Do not think about this. Instead, let's talk about the worldwide download celebration instead, because now that part 1 is getting ready to wrap up, with the discounts set to end about sometime tomorrow, you guys should be focusing on the worldwide download celebration next instead of this lowly banner right here. While these units are pretty cool, they are not worth summoning on these banners because this banner, I should say, because there are no discounts. You're going to be summoning at full price, and while the banners will probably end up being adjusted to favor the new archetype for these legendary summons, it is still not worth spending those crucial stones that you could instead save for the worldwide download. The fact that we don't know what the units are yet probably makes it even more enticing, because as we've seen in previous years, the banners for the worldwide download are just as good, if not better, than the yearly anniversary. So this is why you absolutely must have some stones saved for these celebrations. So that being said, this video is meant to speculate wildly and to also keep your mind thinking about the future instead of dwelling on the present with these part 2 banners. All right, so let's just jump in with a brief little history lesson looking back at how things were on the worldwide download celebrations in years past. Back in year 2, we had the 200 million global worldwide download, or global downloads. I don't think this was JP supported yet. I think this was still global JP separate. Anyway, back then, this is when we had the infamous Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and the Omega Shenron, back when the leader skill was apparently TBD. Let me know in the comments if you guys were around during that. So that was unofficially a GT themed celebration. Then we had an unofficial Namek Saga celebration. I'm not going to say that this actually was a Namek Saga, even though it seemed like it. The movie was definitely Namek Saga related. The promotional artwork was all Namek Saga. But the thing is, the actual banners were definitely not. Because while these units and their base form do look like Namek Saga, Frieza goes gold and Goku goes Super Saiyan 2 and beyond. That stuff doesn't happen in the Namek Saga. So this was more of a Goku Frieza celebration, but I guess you can kind of call it an unofficial Namek one. So yeah, this is part 2. This is actually where I joined. So around this time, September of 2019, I think this is when I started. And this was the first banner that I summoned on. So fun fact, I actually rainbowed this unit effortlessly. I still remember that like it was yesterday. I summoned on this banner like 5 or 6 times and I rainbowed the LR. Like I just pulled him nonstop. I think on a couple of the summons, I got 1 or 2 copies. It got pretty annoying. I pulled a lot of copies of this LR and I thought to myself at the time, why am I getting so many copies? Am I getting shafted? This doesn't seem very good. I should be getting other units, because I was getting upset that I wasn't getting a whole bunch of other SSRs. I didn't even look at the featured list. I just kept getting this. So I almost sold all of these these LRs. Good times. But this was my first rainbow LR, which is why this is kind of my favorite. It holds a place in my heart. Anyway, that is the unofficial Goku Frieza, Namek Saga, whatever celebration. Moving on to the 300 million, we had the Android Cell Saga with the Gohan and the Cell. And obviously everything related to the Android Cell Saga was pretty much shown on display here. And then for the 350, or sorry, not 350, for the worldwide download, this is back when global Dokkan, or just Dokkan in general, was kind of slowing down in terms of, you know, traction. It wasn't really doing so hot during this year, which is why instead of doing a 320 something downloads, they just decided to make it a worldwide download. This one was Majin Buu Saga theme. So for a little while, I thought with the progression from the Android Cell Saga to the Majin Buu Saga, and you could also argue this unofficial Namek Saga kind of transitioning into the Android Cell Saga, I thought this was going to be some sort of a saga progression meta, right? So in the following year, I thought it was going to maybe be either Super or GT. Alas, it ended up being the Android or the Namek Saga again, but this time in a much more official capacity, because the Dokkan Festival units are actually Namek Saga. So this is pretty much how it has been for the worldwide downloads leading up to this year. This year, we still don't know what the worldwide download theme is going to be. We generally don't find out until the 11th hour. I believe it's usually around the data download that Global gets that kind of ruins it for everybody. So closer to the actual live stream or the video premiere that we're going to be getting for the worldwide download, that is when we're going to find out. But still, that's not going to stop us from predicting. So that being said, what could we possibly see for the worldwide download for this year? Before I show you my list, I do want to show something on DokkanInfo.com. So what I did here is I looked up the LRs on the JP side of the game. So I clicked on JP and I went to cards. And so what I'm doing here is I've got all of the LRs available. Actually, wait, did I ruin that? I think I might have. So let's go to LRs. And then we're going to sort this based on release date. So what we're looking at here is the most recent released LR, which is the Fusion Zamasu. And then as we scroll all the way down, we just basically go back into the history of Dokkan. So there's no way to figure out any sort of discernible pattern, but I thought this might be sort of an interesting way to approach how we could look at what this year's celebration could be. So let's just start with year 4. So year 4, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So this is our starting point. So from right here, this is where we can start, and then we move up. So this was obviously the release of the Oob LR, which is free to play. We got the Baby Vegeta 2. We had the Dragon Ball Seekers. And then the worldwide download was right here. This was the Cell and Gohan, right? So leading up to that, did we see anything that could have potentially given us any sort of a hint? Nothing. We got Kale and Caulifla, Frieza, Gohan, Goten. Mecha Frieza and King Cold, I suppose, would be the only thing, if anything, but that doesn't really give us a whole lot to work with. So again, nothing here to go by. But now moving on to year 5. Year 5 was the 5-year fusions. So from year 5 to the worldwide download, we have Goku Black, we have Broly. This is all part of the worldwide, or part of year 5. Then we got the Piccolo for the World Tournament, Bardock, blah, blah, blah. So we had a Dragon or Saiyan Saga. We had a little bit of Saiyan Saga here with the Raditz or Nappa and Vegeta. Why do I just keep mixing up everybody's names? Then we have Majin Buu Saga. Then we got some Tournament of Power action going on here, and then we go back to Majin Buu Saga. So we've kind of seen a little bit of correlation between maybe like the Battlefield LR and the worldwide download, I guess. So this was the Majin Buu Saga. This was the Android Cell Saga. So we kind of saw it there. So, you know, maybe we have something here. Maybe we can work with that. So this was the worldwide download, right? This was the Majin Buu Saga. So now we move up to 6th year. 6th year, we've got the Ultra Instinct and the Royal Blue. So moving on here until worldwide there. Did we receive anything in the LRs or the Prime battles that could potentially... No. See, that trend kind of breaks, because if we look here now, the Prime Battle LR is Kid Gohan. The Battlefield LR... Did we receive a Battlefield LR? Oh, the Battlefield LR is this. The Shadow Dragons. That doesn't work. So, yeah, there's really nothing... there's really no correlation between this and the Namek Saga. This kind of came out of the left field. So that being said, what the heck could we potentially see this year for the Worldwide Download Celebration theme? There's no way to find out using the LRs, so we're just going to have to guess. And my main guess is going to be... It's going to be a theme or a saga that has not really been covered in the last couple of years at least, which is why I feel like it's going to be one of these 4 sagas that's going to be covered during this year's worldwide download. Battle of Gods, I think, is perfect because JP just recently had their not Tanabata, but the celebration before that was regarding Resurrection F. So we're kind of in the ballpark. It would actually be a pretty great opportunity to give us the entry point into the LR Super Saiyan God and Beerus. You have to have a super unit and an extreme unit as the Dual Dokkan Festival, so I think this is perfect. This would be the best opportunity. You could give us a nice entrance animation with the Super Saiyan God ritual. You could have Beerus, I don't know, get mad with some pudding or something, I don't know. Or maybe he could slap Bulma as his entrance animation. That might be funny, I don't know. So I think this would be the great opportunity for that. Maybe Rage Vegeta's EZA, that slap Vegeta's EZA, maybe a re-entrance of the, or a re-exploration of the slapping story event. Maybe they can give us an awakening for that AGL free-to-play unit. There's a lot of things they could do with the Battle of Gods saga because they really haven't done much for it yet. Then we've got the Saiyan Saga, Goku and Vegeta. Now this one I feel a little bit less confident about, but I feel like this is actually doable because we've been slowly getting little sprinkles of the Saiyan Saga throughout previous celebrations, right? We've had the Vegeta Nappa way back when, 2 years ago. Then we've got the Kaioken, Goku, and the Rage Vegeta getting their EZA. We've got Saiyan Saga all over the place during the 7-year anniversary. We got the Raditz, the god of everything Raditz, getting his Dokkan Festival coming up next after the 7-year. So what better time to give us an actual Dokkan Festival lead for Saiyan Saga than during the worldwide download? That way, for those of you who didn't summon on the Raditz, which probably you wouldn't have leading into the worldwide download, you will actually get your money's worth with these 2 units instead. I think that would be cool. Plus, this would also be a great place to give us the Super Saiyan 2 Goku and the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta EZAs. Those 2 units that are featured on the 7-year anniversary banner that don't exactly hold up to the others. Those units could finally get their EZAs, and I think this would be a good place to do it. Because otherwise, we'd probably have to wait till, like, I don't know, Goku Day, Saiyan Day? I don't want to have to wait that long. I think with these guys having been released during the 7-year Part 1 banners, I think this would be great for them. You summoned on them, you pulled them a bunch of times. Why not get their EZAs during the following big-time celebration? These 2 right here. So, yeah, Goku Vegeta would be a good one. Dragon Ball Saga. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys would probably agree. Dragon Ball Saga has 0 representation, or virtually 0, other than free-to-play units, and 1 Dokkan Festival celebration with that Kid Goku. That's it. And to my understanding, for JP fans, Kid Goku is enough to outsell basically anything. Kid Goku is like the iconic character. And I think Goresh said that the Dokkan Festival celebration for Kid Goku hit top grossing in like a day or less than a day or something crazy like that. So you know they are going to love that stuff. So that being said, I think that this would be a great opportunity to give us some Dragon Ball Saga representation. Ma Jr. or Piccolo Jr. Give us Jackie Chun, Jackie Moon. Give us Tien. Give us the Crane School. Just give us so much stuff in the Dragon Ball Saga that we've never really had. We've covered GT. We've covered Super. We've covered Z a million times. Why not give us the root of all of this, the Dragon Ball Saga? This would be the best time to do it, and I really hope that they do, because, man, I want it. And that's all that matters. It's what I want, right? And lastly, the Baby Saga. So Baby Saga is obviously in GT. I think this would be a great entry point for a Super Saiyan 4 Goku entrance animation, or perhaps some stellar active skill that could allow your Super Saiyan 3 mini Goku to beast out, go into Golden Grade 8 form, and then go back down into the human form. That would be so cool to see in an animation. Plus, I think Baby needs a lot more going for him, because we have the free-to-play SSR from the World Tournament. We have the stupid LR that nobody summons forever. Other than that, there's no Baby representation at all. The GT side is just so weak. Now that we've got a little bit more with the Shadow Dragon Saga stuff, let's move on to the Baby Saga, shall we? So those are some of my top picks for this year's Worldwide Download Celebration theme. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with some of these. I feel like these are the strongest candidates because they have not been really given much in terms of representation leading up until this point, with the exception of maybe the Saiyan Saga. This might be the one that I can take out of it. But that being said, in order to dig myself into a deeper hole, as we tend to do on this channel, I'm going to also cement my stance by saying I don't think it's going to be Future Saga, and I don't think it's going to be Universe Survival Saga. The reason why I don't think it's going to be Future Saga is because there's never been a correlation between the Tanabata celebration and then the consequential worldwide download. So this year, Tanabata has been Future Saga themed. I don't think that that's going to mean that they're going to be pouring in the Future Saga into the worldwide download celebration, just because it's never happened in years past. That being said, they could always start now and completely screw up my prediction. But last year's Tanabata was the Gogeta, right? Last year was the LR Gogeta. Yep, correct. And then the worldwide download was the Namek Saga. There's no correlation whatsoever, right? So yeah, there's no reason to suggest that this could potentially mean a Future Saga theme for worldwide download. So I don't think that. Plus, Universe Survival Saga, as much as I would want this is my favorite category in Dokkan. I don't think this is going to happen because I think it's too soon to, I don't know, overshadow or perhaps, you know, slightly lessen the value of the 6-year anniversary LRs. I think at the rate that we're going with the new anniversary LR EZA meta, I think once year 5 fusions receive their EZAs, obviously year 6 would be next. But that can't happen a year after they receive their release, right? It has to be a little bit more than that. I think at least 2 years have to have passed before we consider giving these guys EZAs. So that being said, I don't think it's going to be Universe Survival Saga because that would be a great time for these guys to receive their EZAs as well. So yeah, just all things, in my opinion, don't really point to Universe Survival Saga. These are my guesses and I'm sticking to it. But one thing's for certain, folks, any prediction that I make usually results in a fail, in an L. I can never figure things out for the life of me because Dokkan is that unpredictable and because I have the legendary power of the Toon L. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments, what is your prediction for the Worldwide Download Celebration? Do you have any sort of empirical evidence to back up your claim, or are you just randomly shooting in the dark? But if you had to pick, I don't know, maybe like 3, what are your top 3 picks for Worldwide Download? And then give me some possible units that you could have on the Dual Dokkan Festival banners. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.